This morning, the wind was sinking a bunch of times, and then I tweeted about it, and then right when I was like doing that, it started to snow, and then like the wind was sinking as I was like posting about it snowing. When I was posting about that, the wind was sinking on me, and like the wind was sinking, and there was birds sinking, and there was like a dog barking and a bird chirping at the same time, and the wind was sinking. The wind kept sinking, and like the wind will blow things on the sidewalk in front of me at synced moments, and then like it'll go by me synced. Bags would be like floating in the wind synced, and they'll like fly by me synced, or they'll fly out as a car drives out in front of me. There's a bag floating on the video the other day that was happening when I was recording. But like the wind, like there's a bunch of videos where you can see the wind is sinking things, like the wind is making things blow around synced, and like the wind is like picking up at synced moments and shit. It's like getting extremely windy when I walk up to an intersection or whatever. So that kept happening a bunch of times this morning. And it was like really cold. Like I was walking, it was really cold and windy, and it was like the wind was picking up synced, and it was more windy than it probably would be if I wasn't walking there. It was probably just windy right there where I'm walking. Like fucking Truman Show. Like over on that side of town it's not windy, but over here it's windy as fuck. And it's right as I walk up to the intersection, it's windy. I don't know. It's strategically windy though. Like fucking Truman Show. And then they sync lightning and thunder, like I've said a bunch of times. So there'll be flashes of lightning synced and thunder synced, like thunder claps synced. Whatever I'm doing, with me walking up to an intersection, or with whatever I'm doing in my apartment, or whatever, to sync up lightning and thunder and wind. And it'll start the snow synced, and it'll start the rain synced. And just all types of. I haven't seen a synced tornado yet. That's about all I haven't seen. They do some crazy strategic syncs with the wind. Which is really crazy when you think about like the fires in California and how they could just like how they can strategically move the wind around and how they could just make it rain. But they just do it to stalk me instead of putting out fires. So the heater on my wall is click sync. I see a bunch of cars outside right now that are synced. Somebody just walked by in the hallway, is probably synced. I see a one-lighter. Literally this. So like I was walking, like before that last video I did, I was just walking up the street and it was just like quiet. There was nothing happening. Like there's a few stalkers driving by occasionally. And there was like these weird sounds like right when it came out of my apartment too, and across the street and shit. There was like all these weird like quiet sounds, and then there was this guy like talking, I think. And then like I turn around and there's nobody there. I think he was talking at me synced. I think I heard a guy talking. And then it was just like quiet, and then like all of a sudden there's this siren. It was like whoop whoop. It was like a police siren, I guess. But I never saw it. I just heard it. I just did that. Like a jump scare. You know? It was like. They like to do their little jump scares and their cinematic, theatrical jump scares and suspense thriller movie stock tardations. Something was filling my window. I was seeing like something flying by me, like synced today too, like this morning when I was walking. I don't know if it was a bug or what it is. It's like a sync bug, but it's like 20 degrees outside though, so I don't know. Is it a sync bug? What was it? I don't know, but it looked synced, whatever it was flying in my face. I didn't get a good look at it, but it looked like it was some type of sync bug or something. But they'll just have like shit flying in the wind, synced. Like a fucking, like a cotton ball will just like fly in front of me when I walk up to an intersection. This happens like all of the time. I'll just see like one, it's like a cotton ball or something. It's just like a little piece of fluff. And it's just like right when I walk up to an intersection, and it'll just be like, it'll just fly in front of me. And it'll just be right at that moment. And this just happens like all the time. And it'll just be like one little piece of cotton ball, just one, right there at that moment. It happens all the time. So they do shit like that, and they have bags floating around the wind, and they'll have like a cup coming up on the curb next to me. Like a plastic cup on the ground, and just like float up. And it's come up on the curb next to me. Right at a crosswalk or whatever. I see a bunch of synced cars, and I see a child with a red shirt that's probably in sync. Yo, the child with the red shirt was asleep with the white car. The child with the red shirt.